Good evening, everyone. Chester, I see you got the link.
I did, thank you.
Very
I must
good.
have deleted or something.
Glad we got connected.
Matt, did you get the email I just sent you about who would be speaking at the member minute?
I don't see an email. So who have we got speaking?
Tanika for PAC 279. She does
Okay.
our. So.
Oh,
just
is
so
this
that-
for the social media thing?
Yes.
So there must not have been communication that got through. We bumped that to next month.
Oh, okay.
So I apologize.
That's fine.
We had another member, our Gateway membership team had something that they wanted to cover this month. And so we'd be
All
happy
right.
to have you back next month, but
Okay.
stick around and we got some good guest speakers coming up.
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Great. Thank you.
Hello, Chris.
Hey there.
How are you?
Doing all right. Got to, I guess, have like a weird little split shift today since I technically get paid for this hour. So,
Okay, well, that works.
yeah, it makes me happy.
All right, good. Well, glad you're able to join us.
Yeah, me too. Glad to see everybody here.
Well, good evening again, everyone. I see that it's 7 o'clock, so we will get started. We have a lot of content to bring to you this evening, so we want to be mindful of your time. Let's see here. Welcome to Roundtable for March of 2024. We're glad you could join us. If you could please share your name and unit in chat. We'd like to keep track of what units are getting this information to take back to their committees. If you have questions or comments, please use chat for that. Beware of background noise, use mute if you need to. We will not have any breakouts this month like we usually do. We have some exciting guest speakers lined up, and so we want to make sure that they have enough time to cover what they need to talk about. And so we won't do our guest speakers, or we won't do, excuse me for 1 minute. I think one of my guest speakers is calling me right now. So just give me 1 second.
Can't hear you. Let's see here.
Okay, so one one of our guest speakers is calling in and did not have the correct information or the correct ID. So, all right, we will get back to. Here we go. We are recording this roundtable, and so that is available on the Gateway Scouting Roundtable page, along with all of our other roundtable content as well. My name is Matt Pagliaro, and I lead the team that plans these roundtables. We're always looking for ideas for future content, so please reach out to any of us if you have ideas. And with that being said, we'll do our opening. And I don't know if I saw it was David on. David, are you on? Do you want to do the opening? No, I can do that then. All right, we will begin with a Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
Pledge allegiance to the
to the
flag
flag of the
of the
United
United
States of
States of
America
America.
and to the republic
Republic
for which it stands,
stands
one
one
nation,
nation
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and
liberty and
justice for all.
for all.
Two. All right, and Scout salute, the Scout oath. On my honor,
My honor,
I
and
will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the
obey the
Scout
Scout
law,
law,
to help other
the
people at all times, to keep
keep
myself
myself
physically strong, mentally
mentally
awake,
awake,
and
and
morally
morally
straight.
straight.
And the Scout law. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal,
Loyal,
helpful,
helpful,
friendly, courteous,
kind,
kind, obedient,
obedient,
cheerful,
cheerful,
thrifty, brave,
brave,
clean,
clean,
and reverent.
clever.
And finally, the outdoor code. As an American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, be careful with fire, be considerate in the outdoors, and to be conservation minded. 2. All right, so as I mentioned, we have a full lineup this evening, and we want to be mindful of our guest speakers' time, so we are going to begin with them, and then we'll get into our council content a little bit later. And so the first one I have on our list here is, a little bit of background, first of all, is the theme for this month is culture, history, and heritage. And we have a lot of guest speakers lined up that are going to share some opportunities for Scouts and their families to learn about and do things related to that theme. As a roundtable planning team, we thought that this would be a good topic for this month. First of all, we know that there are a lot of requirements related to culture, history, and heritage, and that's true for Cub Scout adventures, rank advancements, merit badges, all of those things. Some of the newer requirements also require Scouts to understand some issues related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. For those of our leaders that will be attending Wood Badge coming up in April, one of the ticket goals must be related to diversity. And so these speakers might actually give you some ideas for your ticket goals. And I think most importantly, learning about culture, history, and heritage really is a way to help our Scouts and our leaders really live out the Scout oath and the Scout law that we just repeated. So first on our list, we have the Ho-Chunk Nation Memorial Day Powwow. Carolee, did you get dialed in?
I did.
Okay, very good. So it's my pleasure to introduce Carol Lee Murphy, who is from the Andrew Blackhawk American Legion Post 129 in Black River Falls. She is going to talk to us about the Ho-Chunk Nation Memorial Day Powwow. And before we get into details of the powwow, Carol Lee, could you maybe just give a little overview of just what is a powwow and why is the Memorial Day Powwow so significant to the Ho-Chunk people?
Right. Well, I'd just like to say good evening, everyone. Thank you for giving me the time to speak. I appreciate that. I am the adjutant for the Andrew Blackhawk American Legion Post 129 here in Black River Falls. What we do every year for like probably the last, I would say, at least 50 years, is we hold an annual Memorial Day powwow at our powwow grounds here in the Andrew Blackhawk Memorial Powwow grounds here in Black River Falls. I've probably been doing this well over 20 years. You know, I have to say I'm grateful for the time, and I'm grateful for the information that's been shared with me, that's been given to me. You know, I really do treasure it. You know, it's a privilege. It really has been a privilege, especially with our Ho-Chunk elders who are no longer with us, who have shared information with me. This powwow is an annual event that we've been doing for, like I said, well over 50 years, maybe even longer than that. And what we do at this powwow is we're remembering our veterans who are passed on. And we never forget them, never, even today. It doesn't matter. This isn't a one-day thing, you know. It's like we never forget our veterans. Part of our Ho-Chunk culture is based on our songs and our language of the past of the veterans, what's been done, what's been said, what's been shared, what we know now today. It's all based on our songs and our language. And so with that, you know, we always have to remember our veterans, which we hold in high esteem every day, not just one day, but every day, you know. So with that, we have our annual Memorial Day powwow, which our post has previously been organizing and in charge of. We were going to do it this year, but our traditional chief, Clayton Winishik, has decided that him and the Veteran Service Office are going to share the responsibility of sponsoring it and organizing it. But we still have to raise our flags on Monday. Monday is our biggest day out of this powwow. You know, Saturday and Sunday's okay, you know, but really our most important day while we're here, you know, even today, is because of Monday. You know, remembering our veterans, you know, remembering what they did, what they said, their pictures, you know, the memories that we have. The families are out there. The families, we never forget our veterans no matter what, you know, what it is. But so with that, you know, this year, our Memorial Day powwow is going to be held again on May 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. So what our post, what we did was we decided to step aside for our traditional chief to take over, but we're still going to be out there on the 27th, the most important day when we raise our veterans' flags and remember them. So with that, what we do is on the 27th is we usually start out with getting together, assigning flagpoles actually all weekend. That's really, it can be really chaotic, you know, at the last minute, because we certainly don't want to not raise someone's flag. So we have over 100 flagpoles out there, and most of the time they are full. They are full on Monday. And even we had to take some of the flags that people had bought like in at the last minute to take them down into our dance arena, which is, you know, part of the arena down there, and it's really, really important. You know, we always, like I said, we always have to remember our veterans no matter what. And so what we've done, if we ran on the flagpoles, and we would take them down into the arena and have a veteran hold the flag, and you know, the family too, if they choose to be down there, they can. We always make sure that, you know, all our veterans are, you know, are remembered, and, you know, we do make time. Well, if we have to stop, we will find someone to take them down there no matter what. Even if it's a veteran carrying 2 or 3 of the flags, you know, that has been done too. But our main objective is to raise these flags for our veterans, for the ones who are not here anymore, and to remember them and remember what they've done, like I said, and, you know, what they, you know, what it meant to them, you know. And with that, it can become very, very chaotic and hectic and stressful. And I know myself, last year I was organizing that, and at that last minute, it can be just ever so, like stressful. And I guess that's why, we thought about you guys. We thought about the Boy Scouts. What a wonderful thing to share with you guys, all of you, We'd love to have you guys there to be a part of it, to see what we do it, why we do it, why it's so important to us, why we need to remember our veterans all the time, every day, because I believe that's why we're here. That's why we're able to be here today, But with that, I'd also like to invite you guys, to assist us. Some of our guys are getting older. A lot of them are getting older. A lot of them, like during COVID, we lost almost 10 people in our Legion post. And actually, at one time, when I first got out of the Marine Corps and came back here to Black River Falls, we had over 150 Legion members. And honestly, right now, today, we're down to like 26. Some of our guys have passed on. Some of our guys have passed on from COVID. I mean, we got really hit really bad here in Ho-Chunk Nation with that COVID. I'm sure everybody did, but wow, a lot of our veterans got hit pretty hard with that, being, with the health issues, with the diabetes, with just in general our health, and I'm sure everybody did too, not just us, but I'm sure everybody did, but so that's why I'm reaching out to you guys to ask, if you guys would be at all interested in helping us out in any way possible, whether it's assisting the guys in getting that flag out there, or identifying a flagpole that needs a flag on there, or doesn't have a veteran there to put that flag up, and even afterwards, even trying to assist a veteran in folding the flag. That's another issue that we have had, is like, we can take the flags down, but then we don't have enough people who can stick around and actually fold up the flag and, take it and, take it back to the family. So that's another thing that in the past, we have done that, we have ran to flagpole to flagpole to flagpole at the last minute, and it's so chaotic, and it could be stressful on all of us. But that's why I'm reaching out to you today, to see if anybody would be interested at all in helping us on that day. I know there's a lot of other events and ceremonies going on too, and certainly wouldn't want to take you guys away from that too. Everybody needs everybody here, I believe, and I think this would be a great experience for everyone to experience this. It can be very, very emotional. It can be very, very I don't know how to say it. It's a patriotic thing. It's our way of being patriotic, a Ho-Chunk way.
Wow.
And that's why I like to extend this invitation to everybody to come, to somehow to see it, what we do, why we do it, to hear and listen, and to, share this with you guys, So typically what we do is we need to be out there like pretty early. I would say as early as you can get, maybe about 9 o'clock or even 8:30, to kind of like scope out the area, see what it looks like, because people already gather there at 8:30 in the morning on that day of flag raising. Families are there. This is what they look forward to once a year. If anything, this is our biggest powwow that we have here. We have a Labor Day powwow too, and that one's pretty big too, but the main thing here is a flag raising for our Ho-Chunk veterans. And actually, it's not just Ho-Chunk veterans, it's anyone. So if you guys have anyone that you would like to, remember too, you guys are always invited to come and bring your flag and raise your flag there too. That's one thing we do is we don't care who you are. A veteran is a veteran. That's what we say. A veteran is a veteran, Typically the day, it can be hectic. Like I said, we need to be out there rather early, about 8:30, try to figure out who's got what flagpole. We'll still be assigning flagpoles even that day when people still come up. And like I said, if we happen to run out of flagpoles, which we have before, we always take the rest of the ones down into the arena and make sure that they are remembered too, with who they are, what service they were in, what time they served, and what family they belong to. That's what we typically do on that day. like I said, but what we do is we're out there at 10 o'clock and we raise our flags, and then we come back at noon and raise the flags to full mast. We only put them up half mast at first. And then we come back to the flags at noon and raise the flags to full mast. And then throughout the rest of the day is solely dedicated to our veteran songs and other kind of like identification of officials or any special guests, which would probably be you guys if you choose to attend. And then that's what we do is we also memorialize our songs, our Ho-Chunk songs, and any other kind of ceremonies, which it could include, I'm not sure, anybody getting feathered or anything like that, which is a really a cultural event that, you know, from time to time families do that for their certain loved ones. And, you know, that is really something to experience too. It's really neat to see that and to hear that, you know, that we still do that in our arena. But our arena out here has been out here for well over 100 years. So it is a sacred place to be, you know, and we're willing to share that with you guys, and hopefully you guys would be able to come and, you know, like I said, see it. Yeah, so then even afterwards, what we do is then when we take our flags down, that's usually around 3 o'clock or 3:30, because we try to get done early out there because we know it's been a long weekend. And see, that could be another time when a lot of veterans chose to leave already. So we end up like trying to run from flagpole to flagpole, trying to get these flags down and folded and get them back to the family. So that would be another area where if you guys, you know, chose to come, you could assist us with that also. Then usually we conclude our weekend with that. Usually we do. And then the rest would be like actually trying to clean up, I guess, like pick up chairs there and, you know, pick up garbage. I don't know if you guys are able to do that, to assist us with that too, you know, because it seems like everybody's in a hurry to get home, you know.
Sure.
We get that. We do. We get that. It's been a long weekend. We
Yeah.
understand that, you know. But dang it, you know what? We got to get out there and do that, you know, and get those chairs back to a garage out there and everything too. So that would be a great opportunity if you guys would be able to help us too, you know. That's next day we got to go back to work too, and I'm sure you guys do too, you know. So
Yes.
but yeah, it would be great too, you know, to help out with that too. Just that little assistance would help us great, tremendous. It really would. I mean, I don't know if you guys have any questions, you know, or anything like that, but you know, I'm here and I'll try to answer them the best I can. And you know what? No question is a dumb question, you know. If you have any questions or concerns, you know, you can ask me. Like I said, our traditional chief will be out there, Clayton Winishek, and he has a huge family, so his family will be assisting him too. You know, he's a great guy. He's a good guy you can talk to and ask questions. You know, I know he would welcome you guys. He'd be real happy to hear you guys and see you guys out there too. You know, I think that would be really tremendous invite to you guys. And also too, I want to let you know is that this year is our 50th anniversary of belonging to the American Legion Post. Our Andrew Blackhawk American Legion Post, this is our 50th year, so it's our 50th anniversary. So I believe we're going to try to recognize, we still have 2 Ho-Chunk tribal members who are still alive and with us who started this charter for the American Legion Post.
Great.
We are the first Native American Legion Post in Wisconsin. So we wanted to make sure that, you know, we want to mention that too. That's something that's pretty significant, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we have
Yeah.
2 other Legion posts in the Ho-Chunk Nation too. One we don't really hear too much from. They kind of like, they're from Wisconsin Rapids. We really don't hear too much from them anymore. They're getting like a lot older too, but you know, they're still here. And then we have one in Wisconsin Dells. That's a Sanford White Eagle Legion post, and they come sometimes, but not all the time. You know, they kind of, I don't know. We always welcome them though. You know, we welcome both of them. You know, but usually we're
Okay.
just pretty much most of the time we're on our own up here. You know.
Yeah.
So
All
yeah,
right.
I don't know if you guys have questions or anything, but you know, please ask away.
Do we have a
Carolee,
question or?
Oh, I was just going to thank Carolee so much for joining us and sharing about the opportunity. We will do everything we can to communicate this out to our different scout groups, Carolee, and I see
Cool.
we've got contact information there for people to reach out to you directly if they need to as well. So thank you.
Yeah, great. And just thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. I appreciate it. And if anybody has any questions here, they can contact me here anytime. We would appreciate anything you guys can do.
Okay, good. Carolee, I have your email address on our slide here for contact information, and I've been in contact with Carolee as well, and so anybody can reach out to me, and I can help coordinate some of this as well. So thank you
Yes.
very much.
Great. Okay, well, thank you guys and have a good night.
All right, you too.
Okay, all righty. Bye.
Good night. Also wanted to mention, I know many of you have probably seen this, but there is another powwow coming up later this month, sponsored by the Ho-Chunk Nation, the Founders Day powwow. This will be at the La Crosse Center. It's actually Easter weekend, March 30th. And this is free admission, open to the public. And so if you or families want to experience a powwow firsthand, this is a great opportunity to get out and see some of that. Okay, so next we have Chris Connors. He is the Heritage Program Coordinator for Norskadalen. And I want to thank Kate Russells for kind of being the contact on this. She's the one who reached out to Chris. But Chris, I'm going to turn it over to you to tell us a little bit about Norskadalen and some of the opportunities there.
All right. Okay. Yes. So, like Matt said, I'm the Heritage Programs Coordinator. So, a lot of what I do is kind of the more museum aspects, so sort of the curatorial work. But then naturally, I work with the heritage programs, which range kind of all across the board. You can kind of see on the, I guess, would that be stage left there, our list of kind of the big events that we do more or less every year. So some of these things would be, great for, like you said, the history and the heritage requirements for the various badges. It's been, let's see, 18 years now since I was a scout myself. So, my memory of the specific necessities are a little bit wiggly there. But things like the Midsummer Fest and even like the Twilight Tour are really good opportunities to get some of the, the local history, the local heritage of the people in the area here. So yeah, off the top of my head, that would be what citizenship in the community and citizenship in the state. And you can go more than that too. Hey, there we go. Perfect. Yeah. So we have those also, in addition to the more kind of history heritage events. We have some other kind of fun ones like our Ghoulies and the Coolies, which is kind of a fun Halloween haunted hike thing like that. So it's a little bit less in the heritage side of things. But at basically all of these things, we always can use, volunteers, and, volunteer hours, at least when I was, going up in the ranks there, were a very important thing. And those can range from, concessions, parking cars, kind of you name it. We always need more boots on the ground. So even if you're not necessarily working towards a badge that way, you can be working towards, ranking up. Now, yeah, if we can go back to the merit badges there, or so like I said, those were kind of our big main events on that list there. However, we are a nature and heritage center, and we're always open. I shouldn't say always. Obviously we're closed on Christmas, but year round we're open. So if if you want to get some outdoors activities in the winter, we can definitely provide that. Even though this last one was uncharacteristically nice, and we didn't have too much of it. We've been open that entire time. If you guys kind of keep an eye on our website, if you follow us on like the Facebook or get into our email list, that's the best place to kind of catch up with our like kind of the individual, maybe it's like a small series, maybe it's a one-off events. And a lot of those are things like, we have bird walks, or I know recently there's a chainsaw safety, which is, I don't think too terribly relevant necessarily, but those are the sorts of things we do. We have a couple of photos here of the various events we have. There's one showing us when we actually had snow there. We got wildlife all over the place, so that hits a lot of your bird studies, your insect studies. We have naturally the trails through the bluffs and the hills, but then we also have a good amount of just wilderness. Now, usually we don't have guests kind of wandering off and doing the surveys and collecting bugs from the different habitats or whatnot. So contact us and we can absolutely make sure that you guys can do that if you want to go and do one of the merit badges that kind of require you to cordon off a little area in the woods, cordon off a little area in the valleys, maybe cordon off an area up at top and kind of compare those. We're extremely flexible that way. And then additionally, we have, you can kind of see like our two group things here. Those are, a little bit bigger up in the corner there. We have our Civil War days. That's another one that happens year round. Would be fantastic to have, people helping out, making sure that that works. I think I was talking, I think maybe Kate was saying that that might not be possible because we do have the reenactments there, and so while it's not live ammunition or anything, it's still explosions, which are dangerous in and of themselves. So yeah, I don't know if that one's necessarily going to work for you, but if it does, that's a great opportunity to be out. Like I said, get some history, get some volunteer hours, whatever you need. And then additionally, if you want to just come out as like a scouting event, we have lots of curriculums ranging from the history stuff to the nature stuff, and even if it's not specifically zeroing in on one badge or one requirement, we have lots and lots to offer you. And yeah, I think first and foremost, like if you can take anything away from this, is that we're big, we're flexible, and just multitudes of things we can offer. Whether it's collections in the museum, if it's wilderness studies, or any of the service sectors there.
All right. Does anybody have any questions for Chris before we move on?
Yeah, so yeah, if you guys kind of mill it over, I think there you got my contact there. So yeah, like I said, if there's anything at all that you can think of that we might be able to lend a hand at, just give me a call, send me an email or whatever, and we'll absolutely make sure that that works out for you. As you can kind of see, we're a little bit kind of smack dab in the middle of the area here, kind of right on the line of Vernon and La Crosse County. More or less, kind of if you're in this area, it's basically half an hour from everywhere to get to us. So it's a little bit of a drive, but it's absolutely wonderful. It's beautiful, maybe a little bit treacherous and if it's sleeting, but otherwise it's great. And we'd love to see you guys come out.
All right, very good. Let's see.
Oh, it looks like Joe Carlson's saying that historical reenactments are a-okay.
Oh, that's fine. So I'm assuming as long as we don't have the cannon firing off at our own camp, we're okay with that, Joe?
No, it's not that interactive.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you very much, Chris.
Yeah, thank you guys. Like I said, it's been a while since I was in the Scouts, so it's nice and exciting to kind of get back and start interacting with you guys again.
All right, very good. All right, so next we have some folks from the Hmong Cultural and Community Agency, and I'm going to let Kenzie introduce these speakers because she has been the one in contact with them.
Hi. So it looks like we have Pao on. Yeah, if you wanted to.
Hi, Kenzie. It's Pazal here too.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I will be here. I think our president, vice president is not here at the moment, but I'll relay them the information I get from you guys.
right, so do you want to let us know a little bit about the Hmong Cultural and Community Agency and what some volunteering options are?
Yeah, so for HCCA, I'm gonna shorten it up. I am Zamo. I'm a board member. I just started this year, so bear with me. I'm still new to a lot of this stuff. But as I am learning as well. But yeah, so for us, for volunteers, we have Hmong New Year this year. It's once a year. We do it at Veterans Memorial Park. For Hmong New Year, it consists of food, history, activity, sports, clothing, music, and a little bit of history with our veterans. um, for Hmong New Year, we have a lot of, I guess, committees within that kind of leads, like with our parking and mission traffic. But those are more like the very stressful jobs. But we do have like setup, cleanouts, and teardowns. We usually set up before the New Year, which is a 2-day weekend in September. Um, we set up Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday starts our events at 8, I believe. And we also have um, a lot of vendors from all over the United States that come through, as long as our food vendors. We do a lot of majority of it's clothing. It's just for Hmong New Year, a little bit of the history is uh, it's kind of correlated back to when we are in Southeast Asia, and a lot of it just brings in like cleansing for the new year. That just start the new year off. We just have like this event to kind of almost kind of like a spiritual cleanse in a sense for Hmong New Year, and it's kind of been passed on down generations from our great grandparents to our great great grandparents. For me, I am first generation born in the U.S., so I'm still learning a lot from my culture as well. Um, but yeah, so with Hmong New Year, we have a lot of interactions from all over the U.S. that we get a lot, and then as well as volunteer, we also can do like um, kind of like I don't know about much for volunteer, but more of a display booth for like um, the scouts as well. So it's just to kind of engage our community in it as well. They're not familiar with it. Some might be, some might not. So it'd be great to kind of introduce you guys to our community and have them interact with you and get to know you, ask questions for maybe engaging with kids and stuff like that. And then also learning about how scouts also impact the community as well. That'd be an awesome, connection that we can get from you guys. And then for Hmong for Hmong American Day, recognizing the state of Wisconsin, it's May 14th or May 18th. It's one of those days, but we have one on May 14th as well. That's gonna be an all-day event. We have the Vein Council as well as Yeshia and us. We're collaborating on this event, and we are going to be doing a lot of very similar to the Hmong New Year, but it's going to be more of like an educational purpose where we get to show off our clothing, our music instruments. A lot of our veterans are going to be there. Those who fought during the Vietnam War as well is going to be there. Um, yeah, that's. Oh, and food. Obviously, everybody loves food, so there's going to be a lot there as well. Yeah, so we're all gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me or our group of our ED, our president and vice president Chai Lee and Cha Tao, and also our ED Mo Yang will also be there. So the four of us, we can introduce you guys, educate, and then learn a lot from you guys as well. That'll be a great day to engage with the scouts as well.
All right, that's great. Pau, do you have any advice maybe for somebody who might be attending one of these cultural events for the first time? Tips or advice or?
Um, don't be afraid. It's gonna be a lot of people. But yes, I would like to have you guys try out food. Food is great. We have a lot of grilled meats, the desserts, we got fruits. Get to know a little bit of our history as well. We have a lot of that. Um, we also have like dance competition, which is like a lot of our homegirls. They also dance and compete with that. We also have sports where it's common in soccer. But we also have volleyball that's also kind of engaging with the youth, the younger generation, like we call it. But yeah, just kind of ask questions. There's gonna be a lot of people there. Don't be afraid to engage with us. Because I know a lot of our older folks are have a hard time with English, but we have a lot of younger people like us who can communicate and translate a lot and make it where you're not gonna have a hard time, but and so you have a great time. And we want you guys to enjoy it and learn a little bit about the Hmong people as well and how they're here in the state of Wisconsin. Plus, we're all over the state, maybe all over the U.S. too. So
All right. Well, thank you.
thank you.
Okay, there's a question. Does the center support outreach visits or presentations that we could incorporate into a like a pack meeting? One of the meetings for one of our troops or packs.
Oh yeah, we do have this. The center is open to anybody. We just have to get a phone call. You have to reach out to our office manager who can schedule that in. If you guys want to, if you're free to come and visit the center, it is open, I believe, 3 days out of the week. I think 9 to 5, I believe. So I'm still getting my hours, still new to this. But yeah, the center is open. We do have we do have a community night that's a Thursday once a month, and that allows us to engage with our community. We have activities, games, a little bit of potluck food, and for a few hours at night, and then that kind of interacts with our community members. So everybody's welcome for that. To that, I could send Kenzie the dates for those as well, and then if you guys want to send everybody, that would be great. I would like to meet everybody as well too, and hopefully we can grow from there. And again, the center is open, so if you ever wanted to use the center for meetings or interactions or activities, that's just give us a call and we'll schedule that in.
All right, that's great. All right, are there any other questions? All right, well, I'd like to say thank you to all of our speakers. There's one thing in chat, a lot of really, yeah, so Matt Barber says, awesome, thank you. A lot of really great information, a lot of different types of things going on that scouts and families can learn about and take advantage of. And it's really exciting to know about all of those opportunities in our area.
Thank you.
I do. Yeah, thank you. For our speakers, if you want to stay with us and kind of see what's going on in the scouting world, you are welcome to. But we are going to move on into kind of our gateway area scouting material now. So first, we're going to start with a safety moment. And so Chester is going to talk to us about AEDs.
Thank you. So most of you know how important it is to have training in CPR. CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, actually is not that, the survival rate of someone just having CPR is about 15%. Now, if you bring an AED into the situation and have someone hooked up to an AED, that survival rate goes up to about 70%. So it's really important to have an AED available. We are very fortunate at camp that we have 3 AEDs. We have one at the pool, we have one in the main dining hall at Dahl, And during the winter, we have one in Hagerman, but during the summer, we move that down to the waterfront in case there's a drowning or something like that, and we would need to use the AED down there. AEDs have been made very simple that if you can turn the machine on, which is a button says on, it walks you through everything that you need to do to get someone hooked up to an AED and give them the support that they need through that. Whenever you're taking CPR, AED should be included with that training, and I really encourage you to be trained both in AED and in CPR. If you have any questions, please reach out to me.
All right, thanks, Jester. All right, so we've got some, our membership team has some information about our den kits. And so who's got this one? Kenzie?
I will be taking this one. Yep.
Okay,
So we have den kits ready. If you follow that link there that's on the slide, it'll show you which ones are ready, which ones are going. We have a ton ready already. There's at least 2 for each den level. So we are really excited about these. And it's just a plug and play, guys. So if you're having one that you're like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna get all those materials, den kits. There you go.
all right. And then tied to that, our membership moment for the month is some den kits and supporting materials to help our scouts that are crossing over into the troop. And so Brenda, do you have some details about this that you could share?
Sure. So basically what it is it's basically a den kit. You'll get a bin for each level of the arrow of light, for each requirement, and it walks you through how to set up the meeting and the activities that you can do. And if you follow it in sequence, then you'll accomplish your arrow of light by the time you do your crossover into the Scouts BSA. All of the materials should be available there, such as both the Scout Law, the patrol guides, as well as applications or how to get signed up into the troop once you come to your crossover. It's fairly easy, and hopefully everybody takes advantage of it. If you're struggling with how to do that, these are awesome ideas.
All right, thanks,
Okay?
Brenda. Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
All right, so our spotlight volunteer team for this month is our Camp Decorah Ranger Corps. So we have Justin Pitts on to talk to us about that.
Hi, Justin Pitts. I'm the camp caretaker. So in the past, you might have heard the camp ranger. A ranger is a full-time position. Since I have a real big boy job of teaching every day, I have to be the caretaker. So the Ranger Corps is not directly related to me, though. It is a group of volunteers that come up to camp and have us, as Liam Neeson says, I have a very particular set of skills. And that is, it could be any set of skills that you are really good at. So if you look at some of these pictures on the slides, I mean, it's standing there throwing stuff into a chipper when we got it rented for, a week when we got all the trees cut down. It could be like, as you saw in that picture below there, the climbing tower that we all know about at Camp Decorah was actually built by the Ranger Corps back in the 90s. When the road washed out going down to the pond, it was Ranger Corps volunteers that fixed it. The major building projects that have happened at camp, the cabins, the camp store, the shooting sports pavilion, all of those were, staffed by Ranger Corps volunteers. If you're really good at painting, every sign on camp had to be painted. So like Toby Adams came and took all the signs, painted them all, sanded them all, finished them, painted them again. If it's like lighting and electrical. So that's so the who, right? Any scouter has a skill. Right now we have about 25 active members. We have an email list of about 90. And whenever something, comes up, it could be, hey, we have an opportunity to go down to Illinois and pick up a a chipper and a snow plow that someone wants to donate to camp. Call out to the Ranger Corps, which it was like, oh, my buddy's a over the road trucker, and he has a truck that he can help us get it. Like, awesome, let's go do that, right? The what could be work days, work weekends, evenings. We have people who have full-time jobs who come out work evenings. And then there are some meetings, not often, just kind of once a year, trying to get everyone together to make sure that we, see and everything like that. If you get some of the old Ranger Corps patches, nice. Sure, you can totally volunteer. I'll find a patch. Whenever you can, so it's not like
Justin,
it's
we
not
lost
like,
your sound, I think.
oh no, are we gone? Am I here?
I can still hear him.
I'll say it's good for me.
Yeah,
Still
Okay,
good, man.
I can
Some
still
people-
hear him.
Okay. That's my biggest fear as a teacher. Matt, can you hear me or no?
I can
Okay.
now.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if it was me.
And where it's mostly at camp, but like I said, every once in a while we got like a Ranger Corps blast one week where it was like, hey, this camp staff member for years, parent is moving and we want to help them move here or there. It was like, okay, a couple of the guys got together and helped them move. If you're interested in the Ranger Corps, that QR code, if you scan it with your phone, should take you to a form. It's like 4 questions: name, phone, email, and then like where you're interested in helping at, right? I'm a plumber and I'd love to help plumb, or I'm an electrician, I'd love to electricalize. That's fancy words right there. If you're like, I really enjoy weed whacking and I'm not allergic to poison ivy, then hey, you can come up all you want. So those are basically what the Ranger Corps is. It's a volunteer group. It's a bunch of people that get together. You can see in this picture, there's Mary. She helps out. There's Lisa helps out. Lisa helps out make food. So if you're like, I love feeding people who worked all day, you can come up and help there. If you're like, I really love, cleaning kitchens and that stuff, boy, do we have kitchens for you to clean. If you want to hit the next slide, this kind of leads into the big thing this spring is Beaver Day. So Saturday, April 13th, we're having Beaver Day, which you're like, what's Beaver Day? Well, if you don't know what a beaver does, you can come down to the pond and take a look at what they do, because we had one in there this last winter, and boy, are they busy. Right? It's our pre-camp work day. So it's in the spring when everything is just opening up and we have to get everything cleaned up. Well, we didn't have a huge winter this year, but sometimes we have a huge winter and we have to clean up snowstorms. Like last spring, we had a lot of downed limbs after that freak snow event in April. It was after that we had Beaver Days and we had to clean up a bunch of stuff. So we did that. Some things, we're working on a path from Handicraft to Gabhart, cleaning cabins, gaga ball pit, underbrush. Some of these are from last year. Some we still need to do. Some we will be adding jobs too. If you're like, hey, I want to come up and bring my troop and we want to clear brush from the roadside, that's cool. It can be troops, it can be people, it can be families. We'll take anyone who wants to come up and help. So if you're interested in that, I think on the website there's either a form. If not, then I'll figure out how to do that on the website so that you can say, hey, I'm interested in bringing 25 people, because that would be awesome. Because our camp is that's one of the things every time we get inspected by camp, our national, not inspected, but when they come and visit our camp and they say, wow, you have like a part-time ranger or no full-time ranger and you keep this camp this awesome. We're like, yep, we do, because we have this very strong volunteer corps. And so without that cheesy old Cub Scout, Boy Scout skit, every hand makes light work, right? And yes, I believe you can take these hours and count them for service hours, right? You can't do Eagle Scout projects for camp or scouts, but you could do service hours for camp or scouts. Okay.
And things at
Any
camp also count
questions?
towards, things at camp also count towards those conservation hours for the life badge, I believe, too, correct?
I
That's my
believe
understanding.
also that would work.
Yes.
Yep. If not, then I've had a lot of people come out and pick trash for free. Oh, Joe says, yes, that works. That's good.
Yes. All right. Very good. All right. Thanks,
And like I
Justin.
said, if you need any service hours or anything like that, I have an email. If you reach out to the office, they can forward it on to me and I can, I've had people come up and clean trails and that stuff for their service projects on like a Tuesday night.
Get things set up.
Awesome.
All right. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, in interest of time, because it's already 9 minutes to 8, we're gonna forego our discussion on scouting for food, but please talk amongst yourselves and your units, or if you get a chance to meet with people. There's a lot of cool things and cool ideas that people are doing for scouting for food. If you still need to get door stickers, contact Kenzie about that, to get your door stickers for scouting for food. All right, so we're going to go to our council update. So first of all, just a quick recap of the Golden Eagle. I'm going to turn it over to Joe for that.
Yep, thanks, Matt. Really good event last week. A big thank you to everybody that participated, whether it was as a community donor or sponsor, or was there as a volunteer, or maybe a scout from your unit was there helping out. Just a huge thank you. We did have somebody that stepped forward and is generously offered to match the next $1,500 that gets raised towards the No Scout Left Behind project that covers financial assistance for families in need. I believe an email has gone out about that to all council members. So that's out there as a way to help achieve a little bit additional help, but big thank you to everybody.
All right, thanks. All right, and we want to make sure we give a big shout out to our youth that have achieved a lot in the past month. So we have some Eagle Scouts from February, Kevin Stout from Troop 320, Jack Spitzer from Troop 110, Bobby Skemp, Troop 11, Isaac Gerke, Troop 61, and Grant Cox from Troop 53. So congratulations to all of those scouts, and a lot of interesting looking Eagle projects on that list there that I see. Also, we want to congratulate several Cub Scouts. It is crossover time and Arrow of Light time. So several Cub Scouts from Pack 279, 67, 53, and 85 have earned their Arrow of Lights. I did not get names this month, but congratulations to all of those scouts and those units and their leaders for helping those scouts to achieve that milestone. We also want to give a spotlight to several scouts, Cub Scouts in the Congregation Sons of Abraham in La Crosse that earned the National Jewish Committee on Scouting Religious Emblem recently. So congratulations to those Cub Scouts. Another great achievement. Each month we've been featuring a Square Knot Award for leaders. And this month we're going to quickly feature the Unit Leader Award of Merit. So this award is for anybody that is basically the main leader of a unit. So a Cub Master, a Scout Master, a crew advisor. This is for leaders that have served for at least 18 months. They've completed all of their required training for that position. And this award also encourages leaders to provide a quality program and a quality unit. So it includes things like distributing an annual program plan to their unit, having a leader succession plan in place. That simply means having an assistant Scout Master or an assistant Cub Master. At least 60% of the unit's youth are advancing. And then also cultivating a relationship with a charter organization and projecting that positive image of scouting in the community. There is a video description if you want to check that out on your own. This is an award a little bit different from some of the previous ones that cannot be self-nominated, like some of the other training awards. So the nomination process for this award is that the unit committee chair would nominate the unit leader. And then that would go to the council for that. For some of the older Scout units, it also requires a letter of endorsement from one of the youth leaders in the troop. So if you are a committee chair or if you're on a committee and you would like to recognize your Cub Master or your Scout Master or your crew advisor, this award is a great way to do that. All right, Joe's going to talk to us about youth protection training.
Yep, I saw Lisa on, so Lisa, please feel free to jump in as well. So for 2024, we do have a bit of an update on how we're handling this. Reminder, youth protection training is 100% required, every level of the organization, in scouting, and that training should not expire. So you will be receiving notifications from BSA National for about 90 days prior to your training expiring. If that training does expire, you're going to receive a notification from the Gateway Area Council, and we ask that you get that training updated within 30 days of that expiration. If you go past that 30 days, you're going to receive another contact from us, and if we, find that you're not able to get that training updated, it's going to, result in your scouting membership lapsing or being suspended until that training is completed. We have a community expectation as well as a parent expectation that we're 100% compliant on this training, and we're going to make that happen for 2024. If you have questions on that, you can contact me individually, or you can reach out to Lisa Stenslin as well, or a member of our leadership team within our board of directors.
Okay.
I'd add a little to that, Joe.
Go ahead, Lisa.
One of the things that as the training committee we have noticed is some clerical errors in regards to numbers and stuff. If you receive a notification from the council, do not ignore that. If you know you're up to date, please contact Nikki at the office and we will search. Sometimes you may have two numbers attached to your name from the old system to the new system. And what happens with that is one will show you're expired, one shows you're not expired. So what it is we need to contact Nikki and she'll clear that record up so that you're current and up to date with your most recent records. It's a mandatory thing, so that you have to do it. So if you get a notification, do not ignore it. Please contact them. If it is expired and you haven't done it, please do it. Another thing I have noted on our training also is if you had scouts eagle out and they advanced on to the leadership team and you transferred them from a youth scout up to adult on your recharter, those boys need youth protection training adult version. Okay. We have like 10 youth that transferred into troops as adult leadership, and they need to complete their youth protection. That's a small loophole that we're noticing on the transfer from one position to the other within the same troop. So you guys will be notified, please, as Scout Masters. If you get a notice that the youth need their youth protection, highly encourage them to go online and get that updated. But once again, don't hesitate to call Nikki at the office or myself, and we will try to get that current. The other thing I do want to mention is that's also similar with your direct leader contact training. If you did your direct leader contact training in the future, you get a notification that you haven't done that, is you need to let us know, because when the computer system switched over, you may have an old number and your training from that old number did not upgrade to the new number. And we are using honor system. So if you said you did it, we will update your credit, your report, so that it shows that that is viable. Any questions or concerns, feel free to contact us.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. All right, we have one last announcement this month for Wood Badge registration. Scott, I'm going to let you do this because I don't see John on.
Yeah, okay. I didn't either, but yeah, this is our last announcement. We are go. We've got 24 participants. But you still have a chance to sign up. Sunday, March 17th, this Sunday, is the last opportunity to sign up, get all the swag, and even purchase some extra if you want to. So if anybody is listening to me and is saying, I think I might like to do Wood Badge in the next 3 years, now is the time to sign up. If you know somebody who's, speculated about it, let them know, because after Sunday it closes and we're ordering, equipment and stuff and clothing and all that. So, but we are a go. If we get one more, we get an owl patrol. And being that my critter is an owl, I think saving the owls is a worthwhile goal. So that's what I got.
All right.
The scholarships are, I should mention, it notes there, the scholarships are still available.
Okay. All right, for training, many of these are in the a couple months away, but we do have wilderness first aid coming up next month. So if that's something that you need for a high adventure trip, get signed up for that. That's out at camp. That is a 2-day training. And then we'll give you more details on some of the blue training and direct leader. The May trainings will give you more details next month. Scott, I'm going to have you come back to tell us a little bit about NYLT,
Okay.
because now is the time for scouts to register for that.
You will see that the course is scheduled for June 9th through 14th, 2024. And yeah, we've had a number of people say they want to join the course. We've had a number of Scoutmasters tell us that they've got youth who want to join the course, but we've only got 3 people registered right now. And from the contacts that John and Harvey and Lisa and I have had, we ought to make this course, without a problem at all. So please, if you've got youth that are thinking about signing up for NYLT, now is the time. Get them to get online, register, put down their $50. If something comes up that, they absolutely can't make it. Last year we had a youth had medical issues. They'll get that back, but we need to start getting the counts in. And then Matt, if you just want to scroll through to the list of leaders, the thing I want to emphasize here is we teach leadership in an outdoor classroom, and we use scout skills. So the scouts come in with their scout skills. We're not teaching scout skills. We're teaching leadership. They have a lot of fun. They're very active. And again, if you've had wood badge, if you're taking wood badge, they're learning many of the things you're learning. And so that you'll be talking a common language. Every scout deserves trained leaders, and every scout deserves trained youth leaders. And so, this is really important. Please, get your scouts signed up. The last page, I've just got a list of the adults that are involved. You probably know at least one person on this list. I'm the course director this year, but Harvey and John and Lisa have all been course directors. So we got a very, very experienced adult staff. If you want us to come out to a meeting, even better, if you want one of our youth staff to come out to one of your meetings, we'll be happy to do it. But again, if you got any questions, I'm listed on the council page as the contact, but you can contact any of these folks. I would have listed the youth staff as well, but there are many of them and they run the course. So the good news is they don't have to listen to me most of the time. You're not condemning your youth to that. So that's what I got. Please get them signed up.
All right. Thanks, Scott. For the remainder of our updates, just to kind of note, we are past 8 o'clock. So whoever is speaking on these, if we could keep it to under a minute, just in the manner of time. Order of the Arrow.
Yeah, if you're here with a troop, there's an opportunity for some of the more senior youth in your troop to get elected into Scouting's National Honor Society. So really a neat opportunity. We have a volunteer team that'll come out to your troop and facilitate an election. You can use the link on the website to schedule. If you'd like more information about what is Order of the Arrow, reach out to us at the Service Center. We'll get you connected with that team for an individual conversation.
All right. And then is Steve on to give a little preview of the BSA Camporee?
Yes. Yep, Matt, I'm here.
All right, go ahead.
You bet. So yeah, mark your calendars down. We are going to have another spring camporee this year. We plan on having this at the Pineview Campground again at Fort McCoy. This year's theme will be Highland Games. We're going to have some haggis hurl. We'll do some sheaf tossing and some caber tossing. So, and then in addition, we plan on doing a council crossover event for our Arrow of Lights. So this is a perfect camp out for your new Weeblo crossover folks, your Arrow of Light crossover folks. and introduce the Cub Scouts into what Scout BSA has to offer. We also are going to try to have a Order the Arrow tap out ceremony in addition to that. And our merit badge that we will all be working on in the morning, Saturday morning, will be safety, the safety merit badge. So those that attend will be able to earn that too. There you go,
All right.
Matt.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so some summer camp updates. There is a video available on the council website that can promote Cub Summer Camp. We're not going to show that this month. We showed that last month, but a good promotional video to show families to promote Cub Scout Summer Camp. And then Joe's going to tell us a little bit about some other programming out at camp this summer.
Yeah, biggest takeaway on that Cub Camp, on the Cub Camp side of things is registration is open for all 3 camps. So Cub Scout Overnight Lego Adventure, Weeblo Overnight Lego Adventure, and week-long day camp off to the races. We've got eager volunteers that are excited to come out to your packs and present on those camps. So you can contact myself or use the link online to find that. Please save the date of Saturday, June 15 and Tuesday, July 30 for Summer Merit Badge Days. Some good offerings each day there. Next Sunday, the 24th of March, Spring Fling. This is a Cub Scout event, no cost. We're looking for Cub families to come out to Camp Decorah and see the property, have fun at some of the different activity stations. We got a bunch of stuff planned. 4 p.m. there will be a nacho bar with a brief presentation about summer 2024 programs. We are asking people to pre-register so we can plan for attendees, though.
Okay, thank you. All right, and then we have a recognition event coming up in just a couple of weeks. I didn't see Alan on to cover this one. Kenzie, do you want to talk about this?
Sure thing. Okay, so the recognition event is coming up. We all know what this is. It's for our 2023 scouting season. So we are going to be putting together highlights. We're going to be celebrating our Eagle Scouts, and we're just going to be having a great time together. This is at, I believe it's at Doll Hall at Camp Decorah. Registration does close on the 22nd. I believe that's a Friday. Yes. So please register now. It's only $15. If you know any scouts or anyone that is receiving an award, they can attend for free. That is also on our sign up. So just visit that URL that's on the bottom there. And if you have any more questions, you can always send me a message.
All right, and still time for units and others to submit pictures and things for the slideshow, correct?
Correct. Yes. Yep. And
All
I
right.
think we're going to be accepting all the way up till the 22nd. So,
Okay, very good. All right, Steve, I'll throw it back to you for some Cub Scout programming coming up. We've got the museum and the Pinewood Derby.
Yes, sign up is ongoing for Cub Night at the La Crosse Children's Museum. Come on out. The museum staff will be there, be able to hang out. We are asking that youth can attend with their pack and bring a family or friend along to the event. Show them how cool Cub Scouting is, and just have a good time hanging out with everyone and taking in a bunch of the different activities.
Right. And then we've got the Pinewood Derby.
Yes, yeah, a lot of units have kicked off their pack Pinewood Derbies. I know a lot of people have put in a lot of time on those cars, and those races go really fast. So here's another opportunity. Sign up for our council-wide Pinewood Derby taking place April 13th at the Centerville Curling Club. We got a new venue there, so got plenty of room to spread out, and we'll have some concessions, and we will have first, second, and third places for the various ranks at the Cub Scout level, and then we're also going to have an open race. So parents are welcome to bring in your cars and race them off with all the other entries.
All right, thank you. And entry is open to anyone for this, correct? You don't have to place at your pack. to participate in this event, correct?
That's correct. We are not, it's open to all Cub Scouts, all levels and adults. So we will take all comers, and that way you guys can tweak on those cars after your unit races and give it another shot at our council-wide race.
All right, great.
Oh, and then one other thing, we'll have also Kelly Wild will be emceeing with Chris Matuska. So we're looking forward to that. I'm sure they'll keep everyone entertained.
It's probably worth the trip to Centerville for that.
Just that alone.
Yes. All right. So Brenda said invite your friends, have fun too. All right, Kenzie, we got fundraising adventure books coming back.
Yes. So instead of the adventure cards like we had last year, we are working with a new company, and we are very excited about these coupon books or adventure books. They have specifically lacrosse area ones that reach all the way out to Black River, to Viroqua, that are kind of more encompassing. And we're really excited. We have some that are more Eau Claire based. So for those northern packs and troops, they have specific stuff that's not just based out of lacrosse.
All right.
And we will
Excellent.
have more info coming soon.
More info coming soon. Okay, very good. All right, most of these items on the save to date we have covered already. One item to put on your calendar is May 4th. There is a Freedom Honor flight scheduled at the La Crosse Airport. This is an event that we had a really good turnout the last time. That does happen to also be the weekend of the Camporee. And so we are looking for a leader to be a point person for that, and a contact person. Maybe a Cub Scout leader could help out with that to get to honor the veterans at Freedom Honor Flight. More information about that next month. Speaking of next month, our next roundtable will be April 11th. That one will be on Zoom. And then we are very excited to have we're going to continue the tradition this year with our May roundtable will be in person by scouting community. Great chance to reconnect and enjoy some fellowship with other scouts. For our Cub Scouts, this will be a time you're not going to want to miss, because there's going to be a rollout of the new Cub Scout program that starts in June. So you'll be able to pick up materials and information about that. This would also be a great time for our Scouts BSA units to kind of brainstorm some fresh ideas for some of those annual Scouts BSA events. So please mark your calendars, plan to meet in person. The locations are there below by scouting community, and we'll let you know through email and at roundtable next month as well. All right, Joe, I'm going to turn it over to you for the last word, if you'd like.
Yeah, I want to thank Matt for coordinating a great roundtable this month, and the support team that works with him on that. Want to encourage everybody to interact with your resources in your communities. I think we heard from 3 excellent ones at the beginning of the roundtable, and that's really just the tip of the iceberg. We've got all sorts of community organizations that would love to interact with scouting and kind of share what they do, and that can be an easy pack meeting or an easy troop meeting for you as a unit leader as well. So reach out and engage. A lot of opportunities out there, and have a great scouting month.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone, for attending, and we will see you next month.
Lots and lots of stuff going on. That's good.
Lots going on.
Yep. Thanks again, Matt.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. See you soon.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yep. See you, Kenzie.
Kenzie, before you kick us out here, I just want to save the chat.
Oh, perfect. Yep. I was
that's
actually just hovering over the button, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I try to do that just to make sure we've got, if in case we need a record of anything, but all right.
Yeah, perfect.
Thanks for all of your help.
Okay, yeah.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.